Well, good evening, everyone. I hope everyone had a wonderful, wonderful day today. We are going to have a great presentation and an exciting presentation. Robin and I are very excited to bring to the TAM Built to Sell group our mastermind group opportunity. And before we do that, I really want to introduce you to a couple of people. Um, the first is Kimberly Morales Flores, and she bought a business. She's a former Uber driver. She bought Echo Salon or Echo Nail Salon. George should go by there and buy someone a gift card for Echo Nail Salon. She has a 70% equity position, no money out of her pocket. She received $5,000 at closing. She's an absentee owner. The manager runs the day-to-day operation. And the reason why I put her here first is she just received her first equity distribution check of $1,400. We did a distribution, we do a monthly distribution, and her first check was $1,400. What did she do to get that $1,400? Not much. She may have done maybe 20 minutes worth of work this last month because she has a manager in place and all she does is check in and what's going on. That's the first person I want you to meet. The second person I want you to meet is Keisha Fletcher. Keisha is a former State Farm manager and hypo meaning high potential individual. She closes, and we close this Friday on LJY Reflexology, which is a massage therapy and reflexology place. They're in Hermitage, Tennessee. She decided to invest her own money along with other investors at 25%. So she wanted to get to 25%, build her business credit, etc. At closing, she will receive $12,500. She will be an absentee owner. The manager is running from day-to-day operations. With that, at 25%, she will receive a monthly stipend or a interest payment of $625 as an investor, and her first equity payment, which will come probably in December, second week in December. We normally pay out all of equity payments second week, as well as the investors on the second week. Her first payment should be about $2,500, which means that she will basically sit in Atlanta, have people working for her in Hermitage, Tennessee, and she will make $3,125, and that's if things stay just the same. And of course, we aren't leaving things just the same. That's the minimum that she will receive. And oh, by the way, she will get her money back at the end of the year because the company will refinance all of the debt that it had that we put on there in order for it to lower the payment. So that's Keisha. So you met one person that, along with myself, and I'll mention myself in a moment, but one person who bought a business, got their first check, one person who is closing on a business this upcoming Friday. There's numerous more, but I wanted to start off with proof, social proof. Here it is. This is what we're doing. Here's the team that we did our capital raise, and I wanted to throw this slide in, not for the top, because I just introduced Keisha, the ladies introduced Robin, but I want to talk about the other three people or the other three lines. We have an operations group. This operations group is absolutely phenomenal. This operations group, we start with the analysis, the data analysis of a business up front. So that's Lee. Lee comes in and she does pre-acquisition analysis. So she does all of our calculations. She puts together all of our projections, and all of the cash flow projections, etc. And then Samantha and Jana, Samantha right here and Jana right here, are our short-term or near-term strategy and long-term strategy. So we put together a profit strategy for the first 30, 60, 90 days. Jana also looks at the long-term strategy. So Sam is responsible for short-term, Jana is responsible for long-term, and that long-term is more along the lines of being able to basically make sure that we are covering the drivers of valuation. And if you would, Samantha is really keying in on cash flow and increasing revenue and decreasing cost, whereas Jana is keying in on the larger meta picture as it relates to increasing the valuation of the company. And when I say long-term, I'm talking about 18 months. When I say short-term, I'm talking about 1 week to 90 days, basically. So that's the team. Everything goes through that team. Everything we do goes through that team. And Angela brings that all together. She is our program manager. She's at the big board, if you would. She tells us, where we are in each of the businesses, what step we're in, what we need to do, who's responsible for what. We have a big CRM board with all of our deals on it, and she's responsible for that. Those of you who will be part of this mastermind, you will meet Angela, you will know what she does, and you'll get, quite honestly, you get very familiar with Angela as well as the rest of the team. We have an exponential growth group that's outside of our company, but they are critical and crucial to our alliance. Kay Gambrill, who is Nakano Management Group, is responsible for the e-commerce platform consultancy. She puts us on, when we're ready, she puts us on Walmart, which is the most difficult to get on, but the least competition, Amazon, eBay, Etsy, if applicable. Tim Hensley is our operations guy, and he works with, and will continue to work with Samantha and myself in regards to increasing the revenue, decreasing costs. And then Sam Rivera, who is our finance management area, deals with business credit and overall the credit of the company. So many strategies that we use is around extracting the credit, utilizing that and leveraging that asset in order to buy more businesses, invest in other credit deals or credit notes, invest in yield farming, etc. So Sam helps us extract the money. And then we could not do any of what I'm about to tell you without our broker partners. These are national broker partners. Claudio Vilas is here in Fort Lauderdale. He represents Sunbelt. Francis Dzelski represents Transworld. So Transworld is the largest brokerage in the world, and obviously the largest one in the country. Sunbelt is the second largest in the country. And so those two guys represent and cover every state in the United States. And then they basically just co-broker with places that we want to go and deals that we have. Fernando is with Transworld, and he's my personal broker here in Florida. So he deals only with Florida, whereas Francis is in Washington, D.C. and handles everything else. Those brokers understand, one, how we buy companies. They understand how we buy companies. Two, they structure portions of the deal or help us structure the deal. Three, they only bring us deals that they know we're going to buy. They don't bring us deals where owners aren't flexible. There's no sense of talking about that. And so these guys are part of our family, and just as important, they have an opportunity to be the bank. For us, our owners are the first opportunity to be the bank, and the brokers are the second opportunity to be the bank. And so I wanted you to understand the kind of the team that's behind everything we do. This could be you right here, lead broker, lead investor, I should say. So let's talk a little bit about myself, and I'm just going to take 1 minute to do this because this is not that important. So I'm the CEO of Infinite Capital Holding Group. I own equity in 7+ companies projected by the end of the year, the about 10. I was a former leader at the Boeing company, and I led a couple of hundred people at the Boeing company there for several years. Best-selling author, father of 4 plus 7+ grandkids. That plus is baking in the oven right now and due in February. I got that out the way. Okay, I am the inventor of sustainable deal structure, in which you'll learn about. Along with Robin, I'm the co-creator of the nonprofit Evolve Period. And my favorite quote is, for me at this moment, at this time, I got a lot of living to do before I die, and I ain't got time to waste. My man, 50 Cent. So I always start with the bottom line up front. Let's start at the bottom. What's the bottom line? This is a business buying mastermind. There's 2 groups. There's a pre-acquisition group and a post-acquisition group. It's an 8-week training, but it continues, but the training is 8 weeks. It's 2 objectives. One is to teach you how to instantly innovate. I mean, instantly innovate. It's like, boom, I can innovate. I look at a television and I can innovate that television and come up with a new product. I look at a service and I can innovate that service and come up with a new product. And it's a business buying masterclass. We're going to do it in a gamified way where there's levels, leaderboards, points, weekly assignments, and homework. In addition, as part of the mastermind, we'll have special topics, bi-monthly calls. We'll have bi-monthly calls. They'll mostly be around special topics. And we'll have quarterly masterminds, face-to-face, save COVID, as well as this truly is an opportunity for you to earn while you learn. I know that's like a cliche, but this, I think you'll agree with me at the end, you will truly be able to earn while you learn. So what is this mastermind about? What is this mastermind group? Well, it's a subscription-based mastermind group. It's a limited number of people. We can't have 1,000 people in there. We're not selling education. I want to be clear. We're not selling education. A mastermind is not a course. You are getting 8 weeks worth of training, but we're not selling education. We're not in the education business. We are in the business of buying businesses. Bi-monthly sessions, I talked about that. Quarterly mastermind, education. Your education is buying businesses offline, and we have a done-for-you component. So if you're part of the mastermind, you get as just part of that, the done-for-you product. So what we will do is we will show you how to do it, and then we'll do it for you. And you have a special function. Your function is to raise capital. If you are the CEO, the president and CEO of your organization, and most of you want to do something like private equity, which you own a business, you're not part of that business in terms of running it day to day, you have equity and you get paid a check. That's nice. And you can do that across the board, rinse and repeat, and reap the rewards. So that's what the mastermind group is all about. So what will you learn? In this process, you will learn our business buying philosophy, which is completely different from everybody else's. Components of exponential growth, how to search for companies, how to do quick pre-screening for those companies, how to work with brokers and sellers, how to evaluate evaluation of the deal, the financial analysis of it, how to complete a cash flow analysis, how to understand and calculate value and profit potential of the business, how to structure the deal, how to complete an LOI, letter of intent, how to complete due diligence. We don't just, we trust and verify. And our due diligence deals with recreating the financials from the bank account. That's how we create it. We don't really care what happens outside of the fact that what's the basic bills. I don't care if you make it rain on the weekends. That's not my business. I'm concerned about what does it take to run this business. And that's what we're looking for in the bank statements. We show you how to raise the capital, and we show you how to pitch the deal. You learn all of that in that 8-week period of time, plus the 8 R's, what we call 8 R's of innovation. So that's what you'll learn. How will you learn that? You will learn it in a gamified function where you have goals, you have levels, you have competition, you have co-opetition, I should say. That's really co-opetition. You'll have a leaderboard, there's collaboration, you get points, etc. And there is a winner. So what's the process? So you'll team up. So we'll have an even number of participants, and you'll team with another participant. And you'll receive a live vetted business to do analysis. So that group that I told you about, they're feeding us businesses, and you will receive one of those businesses. Even though I'll show you how to search for it, you will still receive a business. You will do the analysis all through the process, and you and your partner will give a presentation to the community. The community then will vote on which business to fund as a community. And then everyone in the community supports what we call the capital raise, the community investor pool, meaning we all pool our investors, the people that we know, friends and family and colleagues together. They come to that presentation, and then they will provide the equity, they will provide the capital that we'll need to buy this business. Everyone in the community, now here's what's different. Pay attention. This is different. Everyone in the community gets a small piece of the equity in the business. Each participant gets at least 2% equity in the business. The winner of the innovation game gets an additional 5% in equity in the business. And the winners that funded the business, or the funded businesses, or the funded business, I should say, those two get an additional equity position of 5%. The new business owner graduates. So the new business owners, when we go and buy these businesses, those business owners, the new business owners, graduate to our post-acquisition mastermind, which is completely different. There's some completely different set of rules, different set of regulations, different set of questions, different set of actions that you take, etc. And so you move from one group to the other group. You have totally different issues as it relates to how you run, what you're looking for first, and then how you run the business when you own it. So that's sort of what the process will look like. Wait, what just happened there? So you're telling me that each member will learn how to innovate. I'm telling you that each member has learned how to buy a business. Each member has learned how to raise capital. Each member owns equity, even though it's a small piece, in a business. And the equity is greater than the yearly membership. And each member has a live business to buy. Now, even though the community did not, I repeat, the community did not pick, let's just say we have 15 pairs. The community did not pick the other 14. We still can go and pitch those 14 businesses to investors to get funded. So you still have a business. You have a live business. Again, you receive quarterly special masterminds, and the winning team gets another business. And guess what we do? Rinse, repeat, and reap the rewards. Rinse, repeat, and reap the rewards. So let's think about and let's talk about your membership investment. First of all, this is a discounted membership investment. Your investment is a monthly subscription of $425. You get 5 bonuses for that $425. You get a DeFi training. And I don't know if you are aware of decentralized financing, But DeFi is not only here, but it's the wave of the future. The second bonus you get is a live training session that we will engage in. The third bonus, and this one is really, really important. It can make you some money instantly. The third bonus is mergers and acquisition consulting training. The fourth bonus is that you get an operator training that is better than anything we've seen. And so when you think about it, if you're going to be an absentee owner, you're going to have somebody who executes the plan, not just opening and closing the business and making sure everything is tidy and, the normal overseeing, but executing the plan, executing the joint ventures and alliances, executing the cost cutting efforts and the increasing the revenue efforts and the net promoter score, which is around customer satisfaction. They need to execute all of those strategies. We provide the training for your number 2 person or your number 1 person in the business to do that. And then, of course, the team that you met earlier, you have access to that team for them to help you with the process as we go through. So that's the things that you receive, the 5 bonuses that you receive. And one of the one thing that I really want to emphasize is that through the process of you actually getting a business, getting equity, and having the opportunity to receive a business, and you just focusing on the whole notion of capital raising, that not only frees you up, but your investment, you're getting 100% on your investment through equity. So with that, I will open it up for questions, concerns, or comments.